Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, we're really close together again.
We are.
Yeah, yeah.
In-person podcasting requires proximity.
Well, it does when you're on the road like we are.
I know, and
I
we just
know.
did it.
We did it. Well,
Oh,
hang on.
sorry. You don't do high fives, do
Holding
you?
wires, and I'm doing. Oh yeah. Oh Jesus, would you look at you?
I know,
Yeah,
I'm very American.
we did it. We did the governance as leadership retreat first cohort.
The first cohort, the first impact cohort, governance is leadership, complete.
Went well. Went
Chef's
well.
kiss.
Yeah,
It was great.
I was pleased with it.
It was great. We already have signups for the next round
We do. Early plug March 2nd and 3rd,
of
2026.
2026.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was great. It was very great.
What was the highlight for you?
What I really found most interesting was the dynamic between board chairs and CEOs from the same organization. So we had some pairs. We also had individuals who were new to their role. We were blessed with an incoming chair. You rarely have someone who recognizes that they don't yet know what they need to know before coming into the role, and their organization invested in their development, their
Mhm.
preparation. So we had a great breadth, great diversity of experience.
Yeah.
And maybe most importantly, we had people who were willing to share, people who
Yeah.
were willing to admit they didn't know, people who were willing to share some horror stories, some successes. And don't make that face.
I don't want to give any horror stories away, but I'm
No,
thinking about our Halloween episode this year. Could
it's a
be like a
governance.
two-parter.
Everyone has a governance horror story. That's just how governance goes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's usually not because of the governance, it's because of the people, the behaviors, the lack of accountability, the lack of following through.
Yeah. That was a really strong kind of message that came out of it was about you can have all the structures and all the processes and the protocols that
Yeah.
you want, and they can be tremendous and they can be hugely successful on paper.
Yeah.
But and I made this point in the session, we talk about governance like it's some kind of ethereal concept. Like it
It's
happens over there, and sometimes people can be feel like they're victims of governance, but
no.
actually governance is just all about people.
It's policies on a piece of paper
Yeah.
that then have to be lived and enacted and followed. And it's rarely the rules and the policies that are the problem.
Because I would say all of the horror stories, but also all of the success stories that were spoken about over the last couple of days were all about relationships,
Yep. Trust,
trust,
communications.
yeah, and as the foundation for the success,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
the structures. The structures, of course, these structures are important. You need the structures always, but actually they count for little if the relationships, the dynamics aren't there to complement and underpin the mechanics. The mechanics
Yeah.
are what underpin the function that underpins the dynamics. And I thought that came through really strong.
And I think it was a recurrent theme, not just from one organization or from one role, volunteer or staff, but that the most poisonous thing to successful governance is ego. And that may be the truth for any mission-driven organization.
Yeah. Hmm.
If you have individuals who are participating for what they can get out of it, for what's best for their companies versus the profession,
Yeah.
with any type of motivation, agenda, ambition, that things quickly go awry.
And it's a strange one, isn't it? In our sector, in the membership world, we talk a lot about belonging, community, paying it forward, paying back, giving back, and we think that people are putting themselves forward for these roles, this responsibility for altruistic reasons.
Nope.
And often,
Rarely,
sadly,
rarely.
no, I'm not sure really. I would argue, I think,
Did you not hear all
is this
the
us? Have we just reversed roles? What is this? Freaky Friday? What is this? I know. I think more often than not. No, all right, not in the room necessarily we've just been in for the last 2 days,
uh-huh.
but I think as an industry, by and large, people do put themselves forward to be on the board, to to lead in a governance position for altruistic reasons. I don't
I
think
think they may start that way. Yes. I
you
think
think it can descend into.
from what we see too often, whether it be from retreat participants or clients, or what goes wrong in a nonprofit sense, it's those who then forget to focus on, they forget to wear the right hat.
Yeah, okay, I
They
get that.
forget to
I
wear the
get that.
right hat,
Yeah,
or they realize they have some authority that now they could do something with. Or they start to get asked or pressured by their companies or their
yeah,
bosses or
yeah.
whatever it may be to take what they're learning to to a source that will advance them or their
Yes.
their
Yeah.
commercial interests.
Yeah. We did speak a
People are
lot
the
about
mess here.
self-interest.
People are the ingredient that goes awry.
Which is why then you need the systems and the structures to steer them,
Well, they don't
keep them from going over.
systems and structures don't steer people. People still steer people.
No. Have we been in the same session for the last 2 days? What are you on about?
You use the systems and the processes as the guide to where to steer.
Yeah.
But the steering happens by other people,
Yeah, but that's
chairs
my
and the
point. That's my point,
executives.
isn't it? Without the systems, without the structures, you have no
Same
tool.
thing.
We are, but you're not.
All right, I think we've been together. This has been a day and a half together. I think we may need a break.
God. How long till the next one?
Usually our speaking sessions are only like an hour, and this was 2 days.
Yeah,
This was a lot.
it was a lot.
But now we're at a beautiful hotel at the airport with a fountain.
The airport hotel. Yeah, the glam life of leadership consultancy.
We couldn't not tell everyone how it went. I mean, this was too exciting to not kind of get it at least off my chest and let people know how it went. And I'm most excited about those who maybe were unsure or pessimistic about how a leadership and governance as leadership retreat could benefit them.
Yep.
To now go back to their organizations and be evangelists.
I think
for
100%.
Education, for improvement, for preparedness.
But let's be clear, this wasn't governance 101.
No.
And this
no.
wasn't leadership 101.
No.
This wasn't the fundamentals. We've made
this was master's class.
Yeah, it was because we've made the.
This is for Jedis. This is for governance Jedi.
Yeah, quite correctly. We've made the assumption. We made it clear that actually you need to know the fundamentals before you walk in that door. This was all about taking it to, the next level.
But I would say if an organization wanted to send their entire board, it could be customized for what they needed.
Yeah, we could do that.
But we had a unique opportunity with some pretty experienced chief executives and board leaders with, who were already in their chair position or incoming chair, who either knew enough to know that things weren't going well, or who had already experienced things that they had learned from and they knew they wanted to not go back to or to improve.
And I think if you think of the profile of who was in that space, chief executives, deputy chief executives, company secretary, chairs, vice chairs, critically, independent chairs, which I thought was a really nice balance as well. You see, our newbie who was like, right, okay, this is me just understanding the lay of the land. I think the exposure that they got to that rich sort of that rich tapestry of experience and perspectives was I mean that's what I enjoyed about it as well.
So if that wasn't governance 101, then maybe it was governance of the 200 series.
202.
Maybe we actually invite them back for the 300 series, after a year, 2 years, 3 years, to see what they were able to implement. And then we create a train the trainer so that ultimately.
Whoa. Go on. You're talking us out of business.
I just want governance to improve. I want people who were able to help.
Go back and listen, dear listener. Go back and listen to July 2020 when we started this podcast, 150 plus podcasts ago, and you will not recognize this person. I just want governance I want everyone to love governance.
I don't want them to love it. I want them to be good at it.
I want them to love it.
And this is where I still struggle, which we did not resolve at the retreat, and maybe doesn't have a resolution, maybe not one clear resolution, is who's the bad guy? Who's going to be the enforcer? Who will police governance and make sure things are followed through? Who the right people are doing the right things? There's no overstepping. And we talked about this in the session, that if you have a weak chair, a chair without the stomach to see governance rules through, or you have an executive on somewhat unsure or insecure footing, then no governance matters if no one's willing to enforce it.
Yes, I mean, we talk about accountability, but actually that's accountability at that personal level as well. It's not just about the legal obligations, the legal accountabilities, it's about the accountability to perform. And we spoke a lot about, again, in this, that relationships piece, it's that dynamics piece, it's that trust piece. If I don't trust the space in which I'm working, the boardroom, then I'm not going to be as I'm not going to be as successful as I should be.
Yeah.
And
we talked about the 5 dysfunctions of a team.
We did.
and some other elements to help give context to the interpersonal relationships that can exist on a staff team, on a board team. And there's a lot of things at play. Of course, if your board members aren't showing up to the board meetings,
which was someone's problem.
Many problems, many problems.
Absentee board members,
apathetic
board members, and actually you could see there's a simmering resentment from that person who was talking about, well, what are we going to eliminate from our board? And they were really, you could feel that frustration, which is, look, I'm turning up, I'm rocking up, I'm showing up, I'm contributing. And then this person doesn't. And I thought it was really illuminating when she said, and then they come along and they presume to have an opinion.
Yes.
And you thought, well, that's a fair point, actually.
Yes.
That's a fair point. You can't do that.
And we talked about, roles and responsibilities and job descriptions and requirements of participation. If you accept this role, number one, going into the role, are you given an opportunity to do your due diligence? Is there a clear understanding of what's expected? And then if you're not meeting those expectations, what happens?
Yeah.
Because there's no board that makes it okay to not show up. I would assume every board conveys in one way or another, subtle or otherwise, that, hey, you're on this board to be here. You're on this board to participate. But when no one shows up, no one does anything about it.
Well, you're in a catch-22 situation then, aren't you? No one turns up, so no one addresses it, so no one turns up.
Right.
You just get yourself into this spiral that never, this ever-decreasing circle of underperformance and a lack of commitment. And that was both the disappointing thing in that context of that conversation, but actually was the good thing about the group was that genuine commitment to wanting to improve the governance function, because they recognized governance not as a perfunctory piece of the association system, but as fundamental to the development of the association. Because we're talking about governance as leadership, not governance as administration, governance as management, governance as function. We're talking about it as one of the pivotal, critical leadership functions within the organization.
Well, and I argue that governance isn't leadership in itself.
No.
It's the opportunity for, it's 100%. The foundation upon 100%. Which governance is then, it's the springboard for governance.
Absolutely.
And that
springboard for leadership.
Oh, for leadership. Yes, I'm sorry. And that's what I think will be most special about each iteration of these cohorts is how unique and different they will be given the circumstances of the attendees. Because we really were, I mean, these are intimate gatherings. We have 6, 7, 8, 10, organizations present.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's like, what's going on for you? What can we solve? And we had a hackathon where they were able to give individual questions, and the groups broke those things down piece by piece and sent them home with tactics and approaches and options. And that was really powerful. And I think that's something, we're not scripting that. That's not something we build a deck for. That's something that we get to facilitate and bring our experience to really ask the right questions.
I was going to say, no, go on, you finish.
Well, I was going to say, over it.
No, I was going to say, but that's not something you can do in a conference. We can't do that in a 1-hour conference session.
It's not a Zoom.
We can't do it in a board meeting.
No.
You can't do it over a lunch break. You've got to have that dedicated time to it. And I think people did appreciate. I mean, we talk, we hear this all the time in the membership sector, particularly in the smaller organizations where maybe you're a one-person job role and you're not necessarily every single day connecting with people who are doing something similar to you. And that's one of the big appeals of then joining organizations like ASAE and MEMCOM and whomever, all the networks. But actually having that dedicated space, and it was a safe space, Chatham House rules, to really get into it. I think it was therapeutic, but I think more importantly, it was practical as well.
Yeah.
Because we forced people to focus. And we said, you're not leaving this space without some commitment to next steps.
It was cathartic. I think they were able to talk through some things, not just venting, not just it wasn't complaining. It was sharing of situational realities and then going home with real examples, not only anecdotally, but then tangible to-do items. And I'm really proud of what we did. I think the people that participated will take something real from this, and we'll be following up with them. They remain as a group to
Yes,
rely upon
created
each other.
created
And
a peer support team
Yep.
unit. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
these will be different every time around. And that's
Yeah.
what excites me the most. And what I love about being a consultant is that each client is different, even each group is different. And what?
We're going to build up our cohorts, and then we're going to do an annual.
Users conference?
Oh, yes. Genius. Now, I don't want
Not at this hotel.
I know, although I have to say, what a beautiful fountain. What a glorious fountain. And I think that's an allotment they've got over there.
Oh, what?
They grow
What's
in
an
their own
allotment?
vegetables. An allotment is like a, I suppose you'd call it, would you call it like a community garden?
Community garden.
Community garden, yeah.
What are they growing?
Growing sunflowers and vegetables. And you said they've got a greenhouse, glass house where they grow in tomatoes and what have you. Yeah, we've loved actually taking the proverbial out of Elisa this week. It makes a nice change because normally we're stateside where I'm the victim, focus of attention. Speaking of stateside, I don't want our US listeners to feel that you can't come to London for the
March.
the March event, because you absolutely can, because we're all literally 20 minutes away from Heathrow, so boom, you're there. But we do plan also in spring 26 to
We'll bring you back to America.
bring me over. We're going to run it. Are we going to do it sort of DC, East Coast?
Yeah, I think we'll do it in the DMV.
Yeah, what is
And,
that? DMV?
the DC, Maryland, Virginia metro area.
DMV.
Yes.
Wow. A for area.
I've
DMV.
been abused these last few days. I'm the American.
But we're going to be
Every way I say things is wrong.
But we're going to be doing. No, it's not. It's just entertaining. It's not wrong. It's just entertaining. So we're going to be doing that. We think provisionally May 26th, but we'll see. We're going to work it out. But we're definitely working on it, and we'll be putting that out the door sooner rather than later, so that you guys can plan to be there with us.
So until then, put your members, your mission, and your governance first. You like what I did there?
Like what you did there.
Get out of here.